One thing we like to say on this channel often is trust the process, but sometimes I think I'm trusting the process, but is the process trusting me? Hey, welcome to my video. If you're from my Instagram, I love you, and if you're not from my Instagram, love you all the same. So today, I'm gonna be doing a first impressions / review of the Solid Pink Disco collection by Trixie Cosmetics. So we need to get a few disclaimers out of the way before we begin. Number one, this is not PR. I bought this with my own money. The company didn't send me this, nor did they pay me or anything like that. However, I will say, I really do enjoy Trixie Mattel's work, and I like Trixie Cosmetics a lot. I use a lot of their products in my daily routine. But with that being said, I always try and be as unbiased as possible. And I also think that if I tried something on my channel here today for you on video and it didn't work for me, you'd kind of be able to see it. So there would be no point in me trying to hide that. So I don't. But I just think that it was important to note that I really do enjoy Trixie Cosmetics a lot. Also, side note, if you haven't seen me review the Horse Girl collection by them on this channel, I think you should, because in my opinion, it's one of their best collections that they've put out to date. So maybe go watch that. But yeah, now that we're done with all of the disclaimers, if this sounds like your cup of tea, then please keep watching. So now I'm gonna dive straight into the eyeshadow. Before I do though, please look at this little packaging. It is adorable. Honestly, Trixie Cosmetics brings it to you every ball when it comes to packaging, and that's just a fact, simply put. Now, I know packaging doesn't matter ultimately, but it matters to me, so whatever. Anyways, I'm taking this black shade, I believe it's called After Hours, and I'm just gonna sort of wing it out, starting from my lower lash line and following the natural line of my eye up. Now, one thing I'm noticing right off the gate is that I do have a little bit of fallout right here. Now, normally that doesn't happen for me with Trixie Cosmetics, nor does it happen with their other black shadows. For example, Bottle Blonde, the eyeshadow palette, has another black that I love, and I really don't have fallout on the skin at all. Now, that is happening with this one. I'm not sure if you can see, and I did tap the brush before applying, so I don't know what's going on with that, but let's give it a chance, okay? I am also noticing a bit more fallout in this palette from the jump than I normally do with their other eyeshadow palettes. So right here, as you can see, it's not a lot, but more than I normally notice. I dipped back in, and at this point, as I'm drawing the rest of that line, there is no more fallout, so maybe that was just a weird one-off, so that's good. But anyway, my goal is to draw a little baby wing, kind of like this for now. Also, side note, if you hear a little lisp, number one, mind your business, but number two, I shared that business with you. I made a video, I believe last week, talking about my little Invisalign journey, so if you're not caught up, catch up right here. Right, now I am taking that same shade on a detailed fluffy blending brush. This is the Sigma E36, and I'm just sort of blending it inwards. So kind of like that, I just wanted to look a little bit more blown out and blended. Now, as far as the pigmentation goes, it is a pigmented shade and it is true to pan, so no issues on that front so far. Now, I'm still noticing more fallout than I'm used to from this brand in the palette itself, but you also have to take into consideration that this is a very dark shade, so maybe that's why. So now I opened up the pink palette and I'm using that same brush, except I just cleaned it off, and the shade The Hustle, and I'm just blending out that black a little bit. So this is going well, pretty blended, easy to work with. Again, I am noticing the fallout situation with this shade as well, but only in the pan, nothing on my skin, which is good. Right, so now same brush, same shade, and I'm just extending it through my crease. So same palette, same brush, but I'm taking the shade 12-inch single and just blending that a little bit. But now that I'm doing it, it looks just a little bit too similar to the previous shade. I mean, we're definitely gonna make it work, but are we gonna make it work, you know? Okay, and the process might actually be starting to trust us a little bit, as I'm now taking shade Boogie Baby and that same brush and just further blending and smoking everything out beautifully. And it's starting to come together a little bit. Like, don't get too excited, but a little bit. Right, so I'm pretty much done with the blending on this eye as well. I'm just gonna strengthen the pigment of these shades by applying them again in their reverse order. Okay, and here it is, not too bad. So now the shimmer, I am taking the shade Studio 69 on a flat brush, and I'm gonna be tapping it off and applying it to the inner corner of my moving lid. And oh, that's actually very pretty. It doesn't really look like I thought it would based on what I'm seeing in the palette. In the palette, it sort of looks like it was gonna have a cool toned sort of bluish sheen, but this is actually a sort of rose gold. Now I'm doing the same thing on this eye, and honestly, it's a really pretty shimmer, and as you can see, it is pigmented. Last and final shade, people, this is the shade Hot Pants, and I'm applying that on the rest of the moving lid. So for the most part, I'm done. I do need to blend some color on the lower lash line and clean up around the edges, but I'm gonna do that with foundation. So I'm gonna go put that on right now. And then I'll be back here to try the highlighters from this collection and the lip gloss. Here I am, and this is what we're working with. Obviously, no blush. We're gonna rectify that in a moment. Other than that though, I would say if you're like recreating this look, pop on some lashes. Since I'm just gonna stay at home and not go anywhere, I'm not gonna do that, but I mean, if you're gonna go out with this, I think it would look bomb. Anyways, right now, I'm gonna use the Beep Beep Cream Highlighter. That is also from this collection, but I'm gonna use it as blush. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm just gonna rub some on my hand first, then take my little blush brush and just stamp it on with the brush. Ooh, it's actually really pretty. It has a very nice healthy glow to it, which obviously makes sense since it is a highlighter, but you know. So far, I would definitely say that you can use it as blush. Now, I think normal people would stop here, but I just like my blush to really be on, you know? So I'm gonna apply a tad bit more, but I'm gonna try not to go overboard, but I don't know if that will work, TBH. Okay, so this is it. I think this would look lovely on just naked skin. If you are that type of girly, I'm a full coverage type of girly, so that's why I tried it like this. Now, I will say that it didn't lift off any of my foundation or any other product, so that's a great product right there. I love it. I like the shade. I think it's pretty. Okay, now lip gloss. So the lip gloss that comes with this collection is Lollipop Luxe. It's like a bright bubblegum pink. I'm already all pinked out at the moment, and of course I love it that way, but I didn't want my lips to overpower the eyes today. So I did a nice little pinky nude lip, and I'm just gonna apply a tad of the lip gloss on top. Oh, and this smells so yummy, like all the Trixie Cosmetics glosses. Okay, anyways, here we go. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's pretty. You know, this is the type of gloss that I feel like would layer really well onto itself if you want like more pigment. But like I said, I'm not looking for that look right now, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, if you want a little bit more of a natural tint, like I want to do right now, then you can definitely use this gloss for that as well. I love that I have the audacity to say natural while looking like this. Okay, so this is the completed look. I'm gonna let down my hair and we can talk. Okay, so overall, I really enjoyed all of the products that I tried today. Honestly, my favorite was probably the cream highlighter. I don't normally live for cream highlighters like that. Like, I prefer powder. However, this one really surprised me. It looks so beautiful in person. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but I did also enjoy everything else. I loved the palettes. As you can see, I have a nice little bright eyeshadow look from them, but as previously mentioned, they do have a bit more fallout in them than I'm used to from this brand. That's something that I did notice, but for me, that's personally not a deal breaker. Now, whether or not that's a deal breaker to you, you have to decide on your own. But I feel like all eyeshadow palettes have some form of fallout, and as long as it doesn't fall on my face, I have no qualms, honestly. I also really enjoyed the gloss. It smells beautiful. It looks beautiful. It can be a nice little natural tint to the lips if you want, or I'm sure this could be a very vibrant lip gloss if that's what you're looking for as well. So overall, I really liked the whole collection and the packaging is adorable. I also will say that I really think that the size of these eyeshadow palettes is immaculate because I think they would be perfect for traveling. Normally when I travel, I don't have a lot of space to lug around giant palettes. So whenever Trixie Cosmetics comes out with these little ones, I'm always very excited. But yeah, with that being said, we are actually done with today's video. Let me know if you own any of these products that I used here today and if you like them. And let me know if you like this look. Is it a little bit too drag? Is it not drag enough? Let me know. But if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you liked it, then please consider liking and subscribing. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.